Hi everyone, I'm trying a new video configuration. I apologize for the sound outside. There is another house on the block doing construction. In the previous video I was showing you that I did something like this with colored pencils and baby oil. I did that with baby oil here and the Q-tips. Ooh, almost spilled that baby oil. But at least it's not some, bad for me chemical. But I did go to the store, and as you see, I bought paper stumps. They're blending paper stumps. Let's see, it's Pro Art, that's the brand. And for 3 of them, which to me I see it as 6, obviously, because there's a tip on both sides, I spent $2.29. So I think that's pretty great for a new technique that I've never really tried before. And not to spend that much money. I don't really know if that made any sense. Okay, so I'm basically going to redo this little alligator here just to show you what I did. So I used my StazOn, and you always want to keep your little plastic on it. And here's my alligator stamp. This is actually from Sandy Lion. It was from this set. I did get it at Michael's on clearance a few weeks ago. So I'm just going to ink my little alligator friend here. Okay, and this is just white cardstock that I have. Okay, and I really like the Sandy Line stamps. I didn't think it was going to be that great, because what I remember is that they made stickers, but it actually takes off pretty much all the ink from this, so that's pretty awesome because there's less for me to clean. Okay, oh, it kind of made it a little dark there. But anyways, I have my green, that's not my green, my darkest green here, okay, and I just basically just shaded the outside. I colored in the outside. And I think for the original here, I might have gone darker, but you kind of see the streaks, which I wasn't that happy about, so I'm going to try to do more circular motion, and I guess it doesn't really matter that much if I get it outside of the lines. Okay, I'm going to keep on coloring. If I knew how to speed this up, I probably would, but considering I just started making videos, that's probably not going to happen, so I'm going to be sitting here babbling to myself. And I don't know if my coloring is actually shaking the table. It might be shaking the table, which means it's shaking the camera. Sorry about that if it is. I was trying to work out a configuration. Wow, this makes it look like I can't color. I'm sorry. It really does look like I can't color, right? Okay, but I'm hoping that the baby oil is going to make everything better. And this is the first time I'm trying it with the pencil stumps thing. I just opened it right before I started recording. Okay. I was hoping to not shade in the part in the middle as dark, but hopefully you can see the difference in quality of something very streaky with a lot of white spots, and this has a very more smooth texture to it. Okay, so let's see. Here's my baby oil, and here's my pencil stump. It's kind of strange to be holding this. I mean, it is supposed to be just a rolled up paper, I think. Right, it's finest quality double-ended blending stumps made of soft gray paper felt. Okay, and I think you're supposed to use a sanding block to keep it sharp, but I read that you could use a nail file. Okay, let's see how this works. Let's see. Oh, cool. It's kind of like just using a pencil over it. I actually might need more baby oil. That might have been a little too much. I wonder if you can actually see the effect. That's awesome. There's a lot more control, of course, than just using your Q-tips. This is obviously going to come in handy when dealing with more detailed parts. The alligator is a pretty, big image. Okay. I like that this is working. Okay, and I wonder if, I guess you have to let this dry afterwards before, well, obviously before you actually try sanding it to keep it sharp. But like I said in the previous video, my main concern is that I wanted to get skin tone, okay, or what the little kids at the school say. They say skin color. I teach middle school, but this past year I was also with the little kids a lot, and in particular the second graders would always say, does anyone have skin color? I have to borrow skin color. And that was the first time I'd ever heard it before, because when I was younger, I mean, we just called it peach. And yes, I know not everyone is peach. Technically, no one is really peach either. But that's what they call it, skin color. Okay. I think because of the way I colored it, it's not blending as well as my original. Because there's a lot more colored pencil here. But I am hoping that you see that there's a difference. I wonder if you're also thinking that I'm holding this really strangely. I don't hold it correctly. I don't hold it like that. Maybe more circular motions? Oh yeah, doing it in circular does help it a little more. Pretty cool. Something as simple as having colored pencils and baby oil. Okay, so as you see, this is kind of like a rushed job, and you do see that it's a little different than my original. I actually do like my original better because it's lighter in the middle, so it does actually show shading. But this is basically to show you that you can blend colored pencils. Okay, so again, what you need is just your colored pencils. I know people use the expensive kind, the Prismacolors or whatever they're called, but I just have Crayola. And I realized when I actually watched my other video that it says preferred by teachers. Yeah, they are, at least this teacher. A little bit of baby oil, and then your pencil stumps, or your Q-tips if you want. I wonder if this would actually smooth it out a little bit more. I'll do this and then I'll end the video because I'm probably torturing some of you. Huh. I actually think I like the Q-tips a little better. Is that strange? I think it has a softer tip. Okay, I might have to be sticking to the Q-tips for large parts. Oh, I like this much, much better. Sorry, I know I'm shaking the camera. Look, 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 look. Isn't that much smoother than when I had it originally? Okay, so I'm going to be using Q-tips for the large parts, and then I'll use this for the smaller parts. Okay, clearly you can see, I mean, this is just a preference. I like it's much smoother. And strangely, it dries very quickly. I mean, you'd think it would be greasy, but it's really not, like not at all. And then, yeah. You can't see me, I just sniffed it off camera. But it does smell a little bit like baby oil, but you touch it, and you don't really get it on your hand. My hand smells like the soap that I used to wash my hands after I poured the baby oil in this container. And I'm having this Q-tip soak up all the baby oil I had. There has to be a better way to do this, right? All right, that's basically the technique. I hope you learned something because I surely did. Q-tips, can sometimes be better than the fancy craft things. All right, when I have more done, I'll take pictures and I'll post it on my blog. Thanks for watching. Bye.